Well, there's an eagle. Is that an Eagles chant going up?
I think so. Certainly is, Dennis. They're pretty happy about it down here.
Coming up on Inside 50 this week, Schofield and Shuey battle it out in the computer game challenge, and we preview the massive game against the Cats tonight at Patterson Stadium. G'day Inside 50 fans, welcome to this very special edition. We're on location at Patterson Stadium. My name is...
Still gets it inside the forward 50!
Wow, that just happened. News just in from upstairs. That will be happening a few times this episode, apparently.
That is very below average production.
Not good enough.
Mate. Look, very exciting times today. Huge clash. Our only Friday night game of the year. I can tell you, straight from the horse's mouth, that the demand on tickets this week has been unbelievable. We should be at capacity. We'll easily crack the 40,000. So make sure you tune in.
Exciting times. Let's get to the polls. Kick it off with Tribunal news. If you haven't already heard, Quinton Lynch has been let off for a week of footy, so he did get done for his level 1 striking charge against Mark Murphy, but the club was successful in arguing that his rough conduct charge was low impact rather than medium, so he will play against the Saints, but unfortunately missing this week against Geelong. But Will Schofield unfortunately was done for tripping. He'd been tripping, man. He was tripping Mark Murphy. We just smashed Mark Murphy all day. He's got a lot of carryover points. I don't think he can breathe on his opponent next week
I think so.
Without being cited and probably miss a week, but he will play.
Fantastic news for Scully. Now look, if you don't know, exactly 1 month from today, exactly 1 month, that is 4 weeks, August 5, at Burswood, the West Coast Eagles inaugural Hall of Fame will be happening. It is the biggest event the club will ever have in our history. You need to be there if you're a West Coast supporter. Call the club or jump on the website. Tickets are still available, so make sure you don't miss out.
Will be interesting to see who gets the call up for the first ever Hall of Fame.
Very secretive. I don't even know.
Yeah, well, exciting stuff.
Exactly.
But I'll tell you what, our next issue, we could have tackled anything. We could have talked about the recent signings of Schofield and McKenzie.
Could have talked about the stadium announcement happening at Burswood.
Look, but here at Inside 50, we want to tackle the biggest issues.
The big stuff.
So what are we bringing out? Meatloaf singing at the Grandy.
Oh, yeah.
Massive news. I mean, what if West Coast were to make it into the Grandy and Meatloaf sang for them?
It's not that far-fetched.
It got me thinking that I wonder what set list he'd play, if West Coast were to make the grand final.
Quite the back catalogue to choose from.
Yeah, we have. So we've ended up listing the top 5 songs that Meatloaf will sing when West Coast make the Grandy. We'll kick it off here, and I went for number 5, Not a Dry Eye in the House, because let's face it, I'll be crying.
Yes, mate.
You'll be crying.
Emotional day.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, it will be when we're back. So there you go. Number 4, a 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Last couple of grand finals we've been in, so...
and we'll win this one coming up.
We'll chalk that one down.
Yeah, so that's 2 out of 3.
2 out of 3.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty clever. The third one is Nocturnal Pleasure. Like, you've just come from a wooden spoon. Whether you really win or lose on the day, you're probably going to have a crack at night, let's face it.
I think the Carlton draft rights will be flowing quite freely that night.
Number 2, A Woof at Your Door. Collingwood, Carlton come up against West Coast. I'll be like, oh man, there's that woof at the door again. That fierce, horrific, competitive opponent.
Well, I'd like to spin it, mate.
Go on.
Because I reckon the wolf at the door would be more so if we don't lose another game until the grand final. Our forward line are going to be rocking the Ned Kelly beard.
They look very shocking, don't they?
So,
yeah, you're right. There'll be plenty of wolves in that forward line.
I reckon that's a good simile there. So.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, for number 1, brace yourself. Ready? Drum roll. Don't leave your mark on me. Oh, yeah.
Don't leave your mark on me.
Right.
That, mate, that doesn't even make sense.
Nah, it doesn't. Has nothing to do with the grand final. But what if I told you that it was original lyrics by Jack Darling?
Nat Louie! The braids were flying everywhere!
Competition is fierce out on the footy ground, and I can tell you it's just as big, inside the footy club. As we are here, Will Schofield, Luke Shuey. Computer game challenge number 1. It's FIFA, very popular soccer sporting game. Will, it is your pet event. How are Arsenal going to travel?
Good. They've had a solid season, Arsenal, but I'm not here to play solid. I'm here to win, mate.
Luke Shuey, you've had an amazing start to 2011, and I'm hoping that form correlates to FIFA. I heard you had to actually blow cobwebs off your controller this morning to bring it in.
It's true. It's true. I haven't played. I seriously have not played since Christmas, so I'm relying on natural form today.
Well, we're delighted to be here to describe the action for you, and we're off and running.
Hey, all the best of luck, mate. Yeah. In all honesty, how often do you play this game, Luke?
Now 3.
Is that a tactic? Don't talk to Scully.
Cesc Fabregas. He's in here. Excellent work from the keeper. And that's a corner for Arsenal.
Oh, he's left him open.
Here's the shot.
Oh, shoot. Oh, my God. You are so unbelievable.
What a chance!
I think for a bloke who plays FIFA 23/7, he should be beating me by now, but...
I don't know what you're number 7 in the world at. Who have been bad at FIFA. Oh, my God. How do you feel about my defence? If you had one word to describe it.
Overrated.
Overrated.
Well, the referee has signalled for half-time.
Being 1-0 down to a bloke who reckons he is the best FIFA player at the club.
Top seven in the world, didn't he say?
He
Sorry.
rates himself that highly.
Sorry.
I think he should be more than
That's
1-0
true.
up.
Sorry,
I'd be a bit embarrassed too.
Not one shot on target. So
Started the second half with Arsenal in front.
I am a restart specialist. I want you to know that.
Andre Usher. Super diving save. Corner for
Victor
Arsenal.
Valdez has been amazing. Look at the run. Theo, cut back inside. Sickening slide tackle.
Great defence.
Like you got a lenient ref on.
What are you passing there for?
Almost. And he strikes it. Very good try here. Arsenal with
Deserves a goal.
Like a shot and
Come on.
picked the ball from his feet. Brilliant opening.
Oh, that's
It's a goal.
What a fitting end. What a fitting end. 90th minute glory.
Okay, let's kick it off. Huge game tonight, as already mentioned, from right here. West Coast versus Geelong. It's starting at 6:40 tonight. Make sure you tune into Channel 7. Delay telecast at 8:30. Now the ins, Patrick McGinnity and Kobe Stevens in for the first game of the year. Out. Sam Butler, unfortunately, with a quad. He'll miss 4 weeks. And the big Q with that 1 week suspension.
Unlucky for Lynchy. Just magnificent touch at the moment. Against Carlton, he had it 22 times, 12 marks. 5 of them contested against other punters. It was a brilliant effort.
Mate, he's been sensational and great year. Like the 2 goals that he kicked against Carlton, they're just very steadying goals, real veteran leadership. When we needed him, he stood up.
It was exactly when we needed him. He had 8 inside 50s. Fair enough, when you can kick it 95 metres, you'll probably rack up a few.
Off the step.
Look, I love this quote from...
Well, now we know, Dennis, why they didn't close the roof today.
Even though we're winding the clock back 2 weeks to this Carlton game, Scotty Selwood was brilliant. Not really his 11 disposals and 10 tackles that caught my eye the most.
No, it was the bloke he was matched up on, a gentleman by the name of C. Judd. Not sure if you heard of him.
Can play the game.
Yeah, look, only had the 17 possessions, only 4 kicks. 4 kicks.
Yeah, lowest possession total in his last 3 years, equal lowest. So magnificent job by Scotty
really
Selwood.
Ineffective. So.
Scooter's stats are just continually rising from the last 4 years. The averages are going up. He's just blossoming into a bit of a ball magnet and a good player.
Exactly, mate. So he's got that 50 games under his belt now. So it's above and beyond here.
Yeah. Last player we're going to touch on is big Eric McKenzie. Came back, first game back for 7 weeks. Like, if I miss 7 weeks of work, I guarantee you, my Monday will be shocking.
Yeah,
mate, it'll be terrible.
Yeah,
but
enough.
he was fantastic. He had 8 marks, 5 contested amongst 13 touches. But the defenders have been doing a great job, on their opponents. But how's their goal kicking form?
I don't know, mate. They're 100% record.
I know. The last 2 games, we don't want to put the moz on them. David Teague is unhappy I'm showing this stat. He said, don't you mention it, Thumbo.
The backline coach.
Yeah, but this is great. 6 goals straight in 2 games. Can't ask much more from your backline.
No, making their opponents accountable, more importantly.
So who do you think Mackenzie's opponent will be tonight?
Yeah, look, tonight it's the Cats have, in selection years, they've kind of sprung a bit of surprise. He's most likely going to play on Podsie Adley, so that leaves a kind of no matchup for Darren Glass. So it's a bit of a weird one. Probably Vardy or Ottens will rest forward, so Glass will take one of them, which for us will mean that Will Schofield's going to be on like a Chapman or a Varco or a Stokes.
Probably a matchup that'll suit us if it's on Chapman. Show his pace a little bit more.
I actually like all those matchups. So
yeah,
Scully's got some pace and some height on those guys. So
that brings us to the end of the show. I don't know if you can wait another 5 hours or so, but we are chomping at the bit for this game.
I'm not moving. I'm just going to stay right here.
Yeah, I reckon people will kick you right out. But thanks for joining us.
Thanks for coming inside 50.
Top 3. Luke Shuey muscling his way to the footy. One of the biggest throws you'll ever see, but Will Schofield doesn't care. The backman kicks a magnificent goal from just inside 50. Very impressed with the second play this week. Lynchy has his kick smothered going into the forward line. Mark Nikoski, bang! Hits the Carlton player there. In his 100th game, Daniel Kerr gives it to him, and he bombs it from 50. Great second effort, great goal. Not many surprises for number 1. Let's see it again.
Still gets it inside the forward 50. And Matt Nui. The braids were flying everywhere. What a mark.
Well, now we know, Dennis, why they didn't close the roof today. He would have hit his head on it.